We hebben heel veel mensen die van het buitenland komen, die bij internationale organisaties werken in Den Haag. En wij Hagenaars zijn er trots op dat we ze in onze stad hebben. Maar we moeten een beetje meer contact met elkaar hebben. Daar is de Haagse brug voor. Al die mensen van, zoals zij het noemen, de international community en de gewone Hagenaar met elkaar in contact brengen. Dat is de bedoeling.
The Hague Bridge project allows The Hague to access its urban districts. In the next few years, working closely with residents' associations, schools and the international community, several activities will be organised, all geared towards stimulating contact between The Hague citizens and the city's expats.
The kick-off took place at a very special location, namely the the Kyocera Stadium.
Welcome to the international people over here. I will tell you something about the stadium. If you look to the field on the other side, you see lange zijde. Die helpen. Ja.
ADO Den Haag, or ADO as locals call their soccer club, ended up in 7th place in the Eredivisie competition, which was very good compared to last year's results. This definitely raised the interest of those who love soccer. A tour of the stadium was of course a unique chance for the young and the old to check out the dressing rooms from the inside. And yes, they were green and yellow.
The other dressing room for the opponent is like half this size. They don't have a separate...
So you made them feel uncomfortable and unwelcome.
Yes, and unwelcome. And as I was saying over there, in the UK, there are some teams, they lower the post from the door.
So they bang their head.
So they bang that, so they have to bend. So if you bend for the home playing team.
De Haagse brug, net als de stad Den Haag, heeft een heel idealistische kant. We zijn de stad van vrede en recht. Zeker voor al die opgroeiende kinderen in de stad geldt dat je mag zeggen, I have a dream. De droom is natuurlijk dat we in een betere wereld komen te leven. Nou, Den Haag heeft de instellingen, de Europese, maar ook de VN-instellingen die daarover gaan.
When I was a young child of about 8 years old, I had some posters of my favourite football players on the wall in my bedroom. The player that I always wanted to be, Johan Neeskens. Why was he the best player? He was the bridge between the defence and the forwards. He was the person that brought the team together on the pitch.
Ik wil u alvast geweldig bedanken dat u bij de start aanwezig bent. Ik wens de Haagse brug in dit stadsdeel ongelooflijk veel succes en ook veel plezier ermee. En daarmee is de Haagse brug hier gewoon van start.
De weg waar we nu langs staan, dat is de Veenweg. En de naam zegt een heleboel over het gebied hier. Het gebied zit namelijk vol met veen. Heeft wel gevolg dat Leidschenveen behoorlijk laag ligt. Het straatpeil ligt daar bijna 4 meter onder zeeniveau.
The walking tour through Ypenburg and Leidschenveen made it clear that there is already lots to share about the young district. But at the city farm, the alderman had some trouble getting his message across loud and clear.
Leidschenveen is natuurlijk een typische Nederlandse Phoenixwijk, maar wel een van de betere in die zin dat we hebben hier... Dank u wel. We hebben hier bijvoorbeeld aan de ontsluiting met het openbaar vervoer wel het nodige gedaan. En daarmee is ook deze wijk behoorlijk goed op het hart van de stad gebonden.
The walk was wonderful. The people were extremely kind. There were wonderful volunteers and staff I spoke to. There was translation for those of us whose Dutch is not yet perfect. But there was nice mixing between the Dutch people who were taking part and the foreigners. So very friendly.
Je kunt in elk buitenland altijd wel mensen ontmoeten die trots zijn op hun land. En je wilt dat ook eens terug doen als mensen hier zijn. Dus erg leuk.
I could explore different parts of The Hague in a secure environment. And it's an opportunity to meet other people too. And also people who speak a little bit of English, because I don't speak any Dutch.
Visits to the various international organizations are a returning and beloved part of the Hague Bridge. The Yugoslavia Tribunal, OPCW, Eurojust, and the International Criminal Court. They were all part of the program.
ICC is a relatively young organization. 2002 is the year when the Rome Statute was ratified. The difference between International Court of Justice in Peace Palace and our court is Peace Palace deals with conflicts between countries. We deal with individual criminal responsibility. There are several types of crimes that we prosecute. Those are genocide, crimes against humanity, and war crimes.
And Colonel Gaddafi, if I call you, why not capture him?
Because ICC does not have an army or police.
But it could be a case for you, Gaddafi.
Yes, absolutely. In fact, the prosecutor said that he is starting investigation. He is looking into this situation. Yes.
The fact that it's taking place here, so close, that it's right here in The Hague, a lot of people know about it from reading and newspapers and things like that and seeing it on TV. But there are world-impacting things going on here.
Before witnesses arrive to The Hague, we show them a video which explains things which are your reality and normal to you, but which are completely different for them. They don't know about Holland. What kind of clothes we will give them to wear? Because I can guarantee you that this gentleman does not wear a suit in his daily life.
It's totally my first introduction to the new event. It just opened up a whole new world to me of what this organization does, and I definitely would like to come back to the events.
Very often we need a psychologist next to the witness to help them to get through their testimony. Remember, most of our witnesses are people who were really traumatized.
It seems like, you're just scratching the surface, and there's so much of that going on, these crimes against humanity. But it's important because it's making a statement for the victims as well as, the culprits. So it's very important what's going on here.
International students from the British School in the Netherlands visited Dutch students from the Lyceum Ypenburg for a morning of learning and discussion about sport and diversity.
Project The Hague Bridge is bridging the Dutch community with the international community, and making that bridge, it always goes easy with sports because all kids, wherever they come from, are sports fans. So in sports, diversity comes together, and as in a football team, but just as they team up now, it doesn't matter where you come from, as long as you stand for a common goal and a common future. I think that's the main message we want to get across.
One team, one world, and one winner.
Talking, however, is not all they did. In smaller groups, the students worked on producing sports banners for ADO.
We wanted them to talk English, and I think that we managed that. And they made lovely banners, all of them. Some of them with spelling mistakes, but they had to do the banners in several languages, in Russian, in very difficult languages. So I think it was very successful.
Naturally, all students attending were invited to watch ADO's game, allowing for their new banners to help cheer on the team. eating is of all cultures. This clearly turned out to be the case at the event at Sligro, a wholesaler that specializes in food and wine.
When you eat, it's more about emotion, and it's not a package, it's not a label. People who do their shoppings here want to buy the fresh fish.
Garnalen, gamba's, zoutwatergamba's. En hier hebben we een hele mooie kabeljauw.
You will notice there are from a lot of products, a wide variety. So first class, the excellent quality, variation in the different countries, taste difference, size difference, color difference. We want to be the competitive and the local supplier. That's why we have these events. Customer is the person who walks every day in your store. You have to build up the relation, and you can only do that when you act local.
Members of the Hague Bridge experienced the taste and flavors of a spring selection of different foods.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Hague Bridge, we invited, I think, 120 people, and 120 people showed up. That's 100%. I've never seen this before. 100%. The reason is very simple. This is paradise. This is really paradise.
Wat vindt u van de Hague Bridge Project?
Wel, ik denk dat het een supergoeie organisatie is, die dus heel veel doet voor dus de expats.
I have met some people. However, it goes more easier to connect international people because they feel quite lonely here, so it's really open. But I also meet some Dutch people. En ik won mijn Nederlands oefening. So ik vond dit heel leuk met Nederlands mensen te spreken. Ja.
Maar zeker een mooi initiatief.
To increase awareness even more about the Hague Bridge project, several promotion teams took to the city malls to hand out posters.
Wij zijn hier vandaag om de posters voor de Haagse brug uit te delen. En dat doen we eigenlijk aan iedereen die hier door dit winkelcentrum heen loopt. En dan leg ik ze gelijk uit wat de Haagse brug is. En ze kunnen er dan toevallig een reis naar Wenen mee winnen.
Hele goede idee. Kijk, lezen. Ja, ik zie. Ja. Oké.
Ik heb de poster opgehangen en ik heb hem gelijk opgegeven.
Ja, ik vind het een geweldig leuk initiatief. Zodat expats en Hagenezen met elkaar kennis kunnen maken. En dat ze ook kunnen kennis maken met andere delen van Den Haag. En ik heb me opgegeven voor een paar wandelingen en een bezoek aan het Vredespaleis.
The symbol of our city of peace and justice is obviously the Peace Palace. The Peace Palace is the headquarters of the International Court of Justice that has been contributing to world peace for over 65 years.
To an international peace conference where we will sit down at the table and find peaceful solutions. He said, we need a place to do this. We need a little country. Let's do it in Holland.
Well, the Peace Palace is the foundation in The Hague for all the international organizations that we have here. And this was built after there were 2 international world peace conferences here in The Hague. Since then, there has not been any World Peace Conference since. A lot of international organizations has come, more than 140, and that all accumulated into more than 35,000 expats now living in The Hague, which means we have the largest group of expats living on the continent of Europe. And we are very proud of them. We're happy with them. But it's also good that they get in touch with local people to get this understanding between the different cultures.
It's knowing each other's cultures. That's what makes you do this, right? Because again, if it's why do you behave or react in that way, if you don't understand each other, that's where you miss. So I think the cultural side of things, the social side of things, understanding each other, that's the key.